morning. Welcome to Real Estate Radio ViaVija, where we talk about what's buzzing in the Puget Sound real estate market and across the nation. We're here weekly every Monday morning at 9 a.m. till 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. I'm your host, Vija Williams, and I'm a real estate agent in the Seattle area.
Happy Monday, everybody. I'm Ben Williams. I'm your co-host of the radio program, and I am also a Seattle area realtor.
Hey, we have a great show for you today. We will, of course, hear from our own Cody Touchette in the Lender Minute. Plus, former Seattle Supersonic and NBA League MVP Kevin Durant is making news in the real estate world. We'll explain.
And then a little bit later, we'll dive into one of the big hurdles many buyers must tackle in purchasing a new home, credit, and how soon that hurdle may become just a little bit easier. We will explain about that.
All right.
So, but, hey, this is one of the greatest days you can possibly have if you're a sports fan. It is... Opening day. And it's not just about opening day. There's something always special about that, but it is not just about opening day.
Yeah.
If you're a general sports fan, you've got the college basketball final tonight.
Okay.
And it's also the opening of Masters Week. I'm a golf nut.
Oh, I forgot about Masters.
This is a great day.
For sure.
So
it's the trifecta.
It's the trifecta. But nothing is more exciting than the Mariners because, this is the first time in
Judging by Ben's attire, I would agree.
We have got the full gear on. I got the Robinson Cano.
Oh, nice.
Outfit. We are
Let's
ready
go,
to
Cano.
rock and roll.
Representing the deuce.
Absolutely. But what's so cool about this is the first time in 8 years that the Mariners have actually opened the season in Seattle. They have been on the road for practically last decade.
You know what's cool about that? Those were their building years. This is the season.
Everyone's saying this could be the year they may make it all the way. So anyway, I'm excited about that. We're going to the game.
Listen, here's the deal. It is in the air in Seattle. You look at the Hawks, right? It is the Mariners are ready. It's our time. We're going to go all the way. We're at least going to go farther than we've gone.
Absolutely. And of course, we could spend 30 minutes talking about sports. At least I could anyway. But this is a real estate radio show. We're talking about real estate. So we're going to step away for a short break right now. When we come back, there are changes coming in the way the three big credit companies collect information on more than 200 million Americans. We'll welcome in our guests to find out how you may be affected.
And remember, you can always throw out a question on our Facebook page at Radio ViaVija. That's ViaVija, and Twitter at ViaVija. We'll be back in a minute. This is Real Estate Radio ViaVija.
Attention homeowners, there are not enough homes for sale for the buyer demand we are experiencing in the Puget Sound. If you are interested in selling your home or even just thinking about it, please call Vija Williams at Keller Williams Real Estate today. When there's not enough homes for sale, this creates a seller's market. There are thousands of potential home buyers relocating here and living here locally who want to take advantage of these historically low interest rates before they rise. Please call us today to schedule a complimentary pricing analysis of your home. Vija will tell you what your home is worth and will consult you on home prep to get your home market ready. Call Vija to find out more. Vija Williams of Keller Williams Real Estate, 425-998-8452, 425-998-VIJA. That's 425-998-VIJA. 425-998-8452. Get an automatic home evaluation at SeattleHomeValue.com. That's SeattleHomeValue.com. www.SeattleHomeValue.com.
Alternative Talk 1150. We're on your radio at 1150 a.m. We're on your HD radio at 98.9 Channel 3.
So many ways to listen.
We're on the web at 1150kknw.com. Streaming live audio and video as well as MP3 archives of many of our shows.
So many ways to listen.
And now, we're on your smartphone or tablet. Download our free app in the Apple App Store or Google Play and take Alternative Talk 1150 anywhere you go.
So many ways to listen.
This is why you work so hard to pay the mortgage. Because home is more than four walls and a roof. It's that porch swing on a summer night. It's pajamas with feet and everybody over for Sunday dinner. And that old stuffed chair in the living room you just can't get rid of. This is why you work a second job. This is why you learn to fix things yourself, so you could save on repairs. Because home is your place, your memories, your family sleeping in their own beds at night. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. And now even more options are available. Call 888-995-HOPE today. That's 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov.
Good night, Mama.
This is why. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Tired of the insanity of other talk radio stations? Just click your radio knob and say there's no place like Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio ViaVija, your weekly radio show with the buzz on what's happening in the real estate industry for the week in the Puget Sound region and also in the nation. I'm your host, Vija Williams, and I'm a real estate agent in Seattle.
And I'm Ben Williams. We hope you are enjoying your Monday morning. Thanks for tuning in today, wherever you may be, in your car, in traffic, or at work, or on your way to the ball game. Remember, you can join us every Monday from 9 to 9:30 a.m. here and online at blogtalkradio.com/ViaVija. That's ViaVija.
And at this time, we want to take a moment to thank one of our sponsors on the radio program.
Yes, you've heard us talk about WOMP before on the radio show. That's the Washington Association of Mortgage Professionals. Well, coming up on Thursday, April 23rd, they will host its annual South Sound Luncheon in Tacoma. This event is known for its exceptional panel of high-volume luxury market realtors and high-volume mortgage loan originators. And I can attest to that personally, as this year's panel will also include this gal sitting alongside me.
Yes, I'm looking forward to being there. It's an event that mortgage and real estate professionals will not want to miss for sure. Registration is open now at www.mywamp.org. And WAMP wants to thank event sponsors American Pacific Mortgage and Franklin American Mortgage for their support.
Okay, thanks, Via. So let me ask you this question. Does the name Kevin Durant ring any bells?
Well, you know it does because we sold his house here, which was a sad, happy moment, by the way.
That is right. He is a former client and, of course, former NBA superstar in Seattle, and now he's playing for some other team. Anyway, this former Seattle Supersonic top draft pick is out of the remainder of the season with a foot injury, and now he's also listing his Miami condo for sale. Durant is selling his 3-bedroom, 4.5-bathroom condo for $3.45 million. It has a stunning view of downtown Miami. This condo...
Well, it better.
It should, for that much. The condo is the 4th tallest building in Miami, a towering 63-foot skyscraper which overlooks the famous Biscayne Bay. The home is nearly 3,800 square feet and has a theater room, private elevator, foyer, and 991 square feet of open terraces. And according to the listing, some of the furnishings are also for sale. Now, we have posted this article with photos of the home on our Facebook website for you to check out at Facebook.com/Radio ViaVija.
Well, good. Yeah, I really enjoyed selling his home in Mercer Island, but it was sad.
It was sad.
He left here.
Yeah, we want him back.
Switching now, Ben, to some news that was made last week. This is very fresh news. The Fair Isaac Corporation. Does anybody here, any of the listeners, does that ring a bell? The Fair Isaac Corporation is also called FICO. I, by the way, who have been a real estate professional for 15 years, did not realize FICO stood for Fair Isaac Corporation until this morning. As many of you know, FICO is the creator of most of the widely used consumer credit scores. Well, last week, they announced a new score intended to make millions of people who have had problems getting approved for loans a little more creditworthy. So the Wall Street Journal reports this new program is currently in its pilot phase and would allow 12 of the largest U.S. credit card companies to identify consumers who would otherwise have difficulty getting approved for credit. A FICO spokesperson says the score complies with regulations that will allow lenders to extend credit responsibly. The report goes on to say that this program is in conjunction with the credit reporting firm Equifax, along with one other. Both firms are providing data for the new score, including payment history on utility bills, cable bills, etc.
And Via, this news comes on the heels of an announcement earlier last month from the 3 big credit reporting agencies who now say they are going to change the way they handle errors on a person's credit report through their higher levels of training, among other things. All this appears to be in an effort to help the consumer's credit score go up. Well, joining us now in studio is Mike Olden, the Vice President of Sales and Education for the American Reporting Company. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
And also with Mike this morning is our own Cody Touchette of Caliber Home Loans to help break all this down for us. Thanks, Cody, for joining us today.
Good morning, guys. Happy Felix Day.
Happy Felix Day indeed. So, Mike, first off, now you've heard a bit of this news we just mentioned. It appears this to be a good thing for the consumer, but it may take some time to really be implemented nationally.
I agree, Ben. It will be good. I think these are all positive changes coming down the line. But in talking with our bureau representatives, it's going to be somewhere between 18 and 36 months for full implementation.
So nothing in the immediate for sure. But at least the news is out there that it's things are making progress.
Correct.
So, Mike, we say it a lot. So we say it, FICO score, or credit score, or whatever. Can you briefly, and I mean briefly, like I'm a 2-year-old, describe to me, what does it look like now and what is it moving to? What are these mysterious changes that they're talking about?
This is part of the National Consumer Assistance Plan, is the official title. And in talking with our bureau reps and some of the industry releases, I think there's 3 or 4 main areas here. Number one is, as consumers, we're all allowed one free copy of our credit report a year through annualcreditreport.com. If a consumer files a dispute and that dispute is satisfied, they can then get a second free copy of their credit report in any 12-month period. So that's a change. Secondly, medical collections. There'll be a 180-day waiting period. So a doctor, a hospital, a clinic would have to wait at least 180 days before they filed any collection action. The main reason for that is because there's always correspondence issues with insurance carriers and payments being posted and so forth. The third key item there are non-contractual collections. The biggest example, and Cody can attest to this, parking tickets. Those would no longer be subject to being posted on a consumer's credit report.
Oh, let's stop right there and applaud. Oh, that's fantastic. No more parking tickets on credit.
Amen.
Okay.
And Cody,
did I just out myself?
Cody, how many parking ticket collections do you see? Those $54 parking collections on a credit
Don't talk about
report?
my report, Cody.
I wouldn't talk about you guys, but no, non-specifically tons. That's a really big item. The medical piece is big, and the parking tickets are
never would have
huge
thought
as well.
parking tickets. That's really unique.
Yeah,
So that's-
and it's when you get a ticket, it doesn't go on there. But if you don't pay it, the municipality or whomever issued it is typically going to report it.
Oh, yes, they will.
And you could have stellar credit, mid-700s scores, and if you get a parking ticket, boy, that score could drop dramatically just for $54. So you want to be careful of that. The fourth item is consumers who are dissatisfied with the outcome of a dispute process will have additional options provided. Those options will be delivered at some future date. We don't know what those additional options are at this point right now.
So the credit score is going to stay. We heard all these reports in the last few years that well, in fact, it's true. Credit, they used to go to 700, right? Now they go to...
They still do. The FICO score model that Cody and I use in the mortgage finance industry and you and Ben use in the real estate finance industry is approximately 300 on the low end to 850 on the high end. But one thing that's important for our listeners to remember is not all scores are FICO scores. We use the FICO score model in this industry, but there's many other credit score models out there. Another major one is Vantage score that the bureaus own. That's 501 to 990. So just calibrated differently.
That can get real confusing if you're
it can be
if you're
for,
saying someone,
for a
my credit
consumer.
score is 650. Well, what does that mean?
Exactly. So we want to make sure that we're talking about FICO scores when we're talking about
isn't that
mortgage.
interesting? So if I go to buy a car, is it going to be FICO or Vantage?
It depends on what the lender's using.
Interesting.
I think some automobile finance companies will use FICO. Some may use Vantage.
Wow, that's fascinating. So Mike, American Reporting Company, you provide credit scores to lenders.
Correct. We provide the credit reports. We're a third-party reseller of credit reports to companies like Caliber Home Loans, where Cody is, and that includes the FICO score.
And why wouldn't, just to try to understand the inner workings of your web that you weave, why wouldn't Caliber just pull from the 3 credit bureaus? Why would they go through a third-party reseller?
Well, they certainly could, but I think the primary reason is because companies like American Reporting Company, the focus is on a high level of customer service, not only to our clients but to their borrowers. So if Cody has a borrower who has a question about their credit report and their FICO score, why did I get this score? How can I improve it? A lot of times it's much easier to contact us than it is the credit bureaus. And that's really what I feel is our major advantage. But I'd let Cody answer why he uses ARC.
Yeah, well, they're an expert. They're our expert when it comes to the credit world. I'm very good at a few very few things, just like you guys are, right? You specialize in what you do, and as much as I have a cursory knowledge of credit report and how things affect the score, there's certain times where we really have to lean on American Reporting to get either some viable information that we can't find right on the report, or to get their help with maybe a rapid rescore as well.
Oh, it makes sense. Okay.
Mike Golden, American Reporting Company, joining us here on the radio program along with Cody Touchette of the Caliber Home Loans. So, Mike, this news that we just reported on, how is this going to affect the consumer? And when I say that, the first-time home buyer, perhaps someone who may have had a short sale a few years ago, are they going to be helped by any of this news, or is this going to they're still going to have some issues going on to get credit?
Right. They're still going to have some issues. A short sale, there's been some misinformation in the past where people felt, well, short sale's not that big of a deal. From a scoring perspective, it is, and Cody can certainly address from an underwriting perspective. But from a scoring perspective, it's basically the equivalent of a foreclosure, a bankruptcy. It's a serious derogatory item. It can have a large effect. The new items that are coming out, that's certainly going to help people in regards to prohibiting or limiting some of those items, such as parking tickets or the waiting period on medical collections. The other item in regards to the medical collections, if it's found that a medical collection that was reported was actually paid through insurance or is getting paid through insurance, those would be deleted. So that would be beneficial to the consumer. Anytime a negative item is deleted from a credit report, then that's going to be beneficial to the consumer.
I think the biggest thing with these changes are removing the nuisance issues, the parking tickets and the medical collections. So many times when we pull a credit report, somebody will say, oh, I didn't even know that was there, right? It won't be a known issue like a short sale or a foreclosure or some major credit event. So this will clean up a lot of those folks that have really decent credit, just maybe had missed a few things. Or I have a case right now where we pulled the credit report. There was a medical collection from March reporting on their report. It was from a service they had in February. Insurance hasn't even sorted it all out yet, and it showed up on collections.
Yeah, I know. We get our mail from our medical providers, and it's like you sit there and do I pay it now? Or do I wait for insurance to kick in? Yeah. What do I do? When do I have to have my payment in? And if all of a sudden, things take forever to get back and forth between the insurance company and your medical provider and yourself, next thing you know, you get something on your credit report. It's going to just
I want to go back to something, Mike, because I have been perpetuating this myth, if I heard you right. I think this is groundbreaking. Are you telling us that a short sale is no different on our credit than a foreclosure or a bankruptcy?
For scoring purposes, they're basically equal, and I'll be happy to share with you that you can post on your Facebook page a recent study that FICO conducted that showed what the potential score drop is with those items, and it's pretty much equal to a foreclosure or a bankruptcy. The key thing to remember about a short sale is on the credit report it won't say short sale; it says settled for less than full amount. So the consumer didn't fulfill the contractual obligation with the lender, and that's where the damage comes in.
Does the short sale, on your credit report actually amount to a specific number of credit points? I mean, is a short sale worth 50 points on your credit score, or is there an actual number, or is it just arbitrary, or how does one dictate what that number actually is?
Well, it's not arbitrary, but it depends on the overall file for that particular consumer. And so you have to look at the whole file. But in our experience, and this is strictly anecdotal, we would see sometimes upwards of 50 to 80 point drop on that, depending on the overall file. What else is going on with that consumer's credit at that moment?
Wow, I'd love to dive into that with you more. We'll definitely have to have you back.
And Cody, so anything that we've talked about here, how does this affect you in your what you see on a day-to-day basis in the lending world?
Absolutely. I think it's a great move, albeit not going to change anything we do today, tomorrow, even the next day. In the next 18 to 36 months, we should see some reprieve for those folks that have had some nuisance-type credit items. To go back one quick second as far as how it won't change things for us. Short sales, foreclosure, huge difference when it comes to underwriting. Maybe not a huge difference when it comes to credit scoring, but much, much better to have a short sale than a foreclosure when it comes to waiting periods and moving forward with the next type of financing.
Yeah, I'd like to really dive into some of that because we're now emerging from those waiting periods. A lot of people, a lot of our clients who had them had those in 2008, 9, 10, and 11, going into 11, and here we are in 15. So I'd really like to talk to you, gentlemen, about that if we could have you back.
Great. Mike Olden, American Reporting Company, thank you so much for spending your morning with us.
Thank you for the invitation. I enjoyed it.
Cody Touchette, thanks again for joining us in studio today. Now, you're not going anywhere.
No, I'm staying right here.
Because when we come back, we're going to take a short break. Our interest rates on the move. Cody will stay here in studio and give us his mortgage minute. Be sure to stay tuned. This is Real Estate Radio ViaVija.
Do you have plans to sell your home? Have you been thinking you might sell this year? Well, the best time to call a real estate agent is the moment you start thinking about it. And the best real estate agent to call is Vija Williams of the Vija team at Keller Williams Realty. Vija specializes in consulting homeowners on pre-listing prep, staging, marketing, and maximizing the market. Vija gets the highest price possible for her listings using an extensive inventory of staging accessories and furniture, professional photography, videography, and excellent negotiation. Call Vija today to find out how to take advantage of this seller's market. This just might be the perfect time to sell your home. Call Vija to find out more. Vija Williams of Keller Williams Real Estate, 425-998-VIJA. That's 425-998-VIA. 425-998-8452. Or visit us on the web at VijaWilliams.com. That's VIJA Williams.com.
Don't be fooled by cheap imitations. There's only one Alternative Talk, 1150 AM.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio ViaVija, your weekly show with the buzz on what's happening in the real estate industry in the Puget Sound and in the nation. I'm your host, Vija Williams.
And I'm Ben Williams. Remember, you can join us every Monday from 9 to 9:30 here and online at blogtalkradio.com/ViaVija.
Well, it's time to bring back Cody Touchette from Caliber Home Loans. Cody is a sponsor of Real Estate Radio ViaVija, and he is going to give us up-to-date mortgage news, which he does every week in 1 minute.
Hey, Cody.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, we're still going great.
Good.
Are you ready for this?
Excellent.
Okay,
yes.
So we're got the timer ready. Benny's on it. Okay, on your mark. Get set and go.
Hi, I'm Cody Touchette, owner of the Touchette team at Caliber Home Loans. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rate update. Market rates are improving the last week or so that is good news for us. The market's very competitive out there, and if you're in the market for a home, you've no doubt heard of multiple offer situations and or bidding wars. Sometimes there's a opportunity we have as the Touchette team to be able to call out to the listing agent, let them know how strong a buyer you are so that you can have a better leg up over the competition. But sometimes, however, cash is king, and there's no way around trying to beat a cash offer. We have a way to turn a 20% down financed buyer into a cash buyer with our exclusive strategy. There's some additional cost to doing this, however, so you have to take that into consideration. But in most cases, a cash offer is much stronger than anybody that would need financing. You can reach out to us. I'm Cody Touchette with the Touchette team. You can reach us at 425-492-1698 or find us on the web at thetouchetteam.com. And that's your Mortgage Minute.
Thank you very much, Cody. Yeah. Right on. So you're going to the game
Cody.
today?
I'm not. I'm going to be watching from my computer at the office.
Right on. Well, we do appreciate your time.
I will not be going either, but my husband and all of my kids will be going. I will be working with joy and pleasure. It's a pleasure and a privilege.
Hey, it's spring break.
Someone's
got to take the kids.
It is.
Well, thank you very much, Cody, again. That does it do it for us today here on the radio program. We'll definitely see you next week. And we want to thank our guest today, Mike Olden of American Reporting Company, and, of course, our own Cody Touchette of Caliber Home Loans for doing double duty and joining us in our conversation about all things credit.
Yes, thank you both again. Also, I want to remind you that we're here every Monday morning, 9 to 9:30 a.m. on the AM dial at 1150 for you Seattleites, and blogtalkradio.com/ViaVija. Every Monday, 9 to 9:30. You can also like us on Facebook and Twitter and interact with questions and comments there. Facebook is Radio ViaVija, and our Twitter handle is ViaVija as well.
Easy for you to say. We will see you next week on Real Estate Radio ViaVija. Have a great day.